it down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. Can't let it fade. We got a sparkle in our eyes. Can't let it wait. I'm counting down until we start. We're renegades. We come to play. Yeah, we play hard. Run it down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. I toast to you and I toasted a wild. To you and I. To you and I. I'm on the edge. Feels like I've been walking on ice. Just wanna let everything go and feel alright. When I hear the drums and the heartbeats, sweat drip down our bodies. Oh, I know we're living. Run it down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna
Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Monday. We hope everyone had a very toasty weekend. Whether you were partying with me in Atlantic City or Kansas City or just at home being a degenerate, I'm happy for you.
Just like
know that
me,
I am.
but I wasn't a degenerate because I was dog sitting my favorite nephew Sneechus. We had such an incredible weekend. It was like a great weekend for me because obviously I got to relax, but I was also so productive. Took my new eyebrows out for a spin. What are we thinking, guys? Can we get a close-up?
Jackie,
How's she living?
we spoke about this on the podcast. Was it a Patreon?
No, it was just a podcast episode on Friday, which, by the way, if you hadn't had a chance to listen to yet, it was just the regular episode. It went up late, but it was really good.
It was kind of controversial.
I think so, too, but I think we were just saying what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah, and we'll talk about
Which we just love to do.
More of the Harry and Meghan debacle on today's episode because it's a never-ending saga of confusion. But we spoke about it at length on Friday's episode as well, and Jackie was coming out swinging with some really unpopular opinions.
I don't think they're unpopular, though. They're like unpopular if you watch, I don't know, a lot of news shows, but if you talk with your friends, like, that's what you're saying.
No, they're unpopular in the sense that, like, I feel like people are afraid to call Meghan Markle out for being a thirst monster.
Meghan and Harry.
Meghan and Harry, totally, yes. Oh my God, sorry, thank you for
It's
correcting
important.
me. Yeah, because like they don't want to like feel like they're contributing to like her Princess Diana moment, you know? Because like people just don't want to be negative, but that's the price of being a celebrity. Like they're negative about everything. I'm sorry, and this is something I have a lot of feelings about, especially ever since the video has been released.
Okay, we're jumping ahead. Like we have such much to discuss.
In the Fast
Oscar
Five stories
nominations today. Yeah, so we will get there. But just want to catch up. Weekend was great. I was with Theo. We had such a great time. We watched a couple Mary-Kate and Ashley movies, and it was just a premium experience.
He loves Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, he was like really reliving his glory days.
He's definitely more of like a Mary-Kate than an Ashley, I would say.
Because he's a free spirit, for sure.
For sure. And just really, it's like into human connection, you know?
Whilst watching the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies, I was just enjoying myself immensely.
I thought you said while swatching.
Whilst
watching
Mary-Kate and Ashley movies, I was enjoying myself immensely, like, and I realized how important they were in our childhood.
Of course.
Like they were that was like the era before Hannah Montana, so they were really like our number ones, and I really think they contributed to like these sisterly steamy vibes that we have going on today.
Totally.
Like all of their movies are about the importance of family and sisterhood, and then also like style and romance, and it's just like a wonderful amalgam of themes.
Yeah, sisterhood, style, and romance for sure.
For
sure.
With an emphasis on all three equally.
And what's cool about those movies is that I remember watching them at different ages, which means that we were different ages. Like they were really young in some movies, and then New York Minute was like their more mature film. Yeah, and I think that one actually hit theaters.
That was the last one we got, and boy, like we were so unworthy.
Simple Plan performed in the movie.
It's such a good movie. It's on Netflix right now, and you have to watch it.
I know. Well, I watched I caught up on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel this whole weekend, and Ben got really, really into it. This isn't an ad, even though we do reads for that. And you should watch because it's really good. But like, I cannot believe the decision that she just made. Like, I'm so upset with Midge, and like, I really don't relate to her as a character. And she's one of those Carrie Bradshaw types where you don't agree with the protagonist a lot. And she just made literally the dumbest decision of her life. And like, I'm done with her. Like, I'm done.
Are you done with the show?
No, I still have more episodes, and I'm like really liking it. But I had thoughts, but I don't want to finish it until I finish. And I know you don't watch, so
Oh, yeah.
I'll finish it.
Also, I watched Cheer on Netflix, which we'll recap at the end.
Oh my God, Cheer on Netflix. Like,
so many thoughts.
Life-changing.
I think the hardest part about watching Cheer on Netflix is wanting to stalk them all on Instagram, but not wanting Daytona to be spoiled for yourself.
Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I looked up in the middle of the series, like on Twitter, I was just like fact checking something, and I saw that spoiler alert.
Don't.
Okay, I saw what happened at Daytona, and like I literally wanted to choke myself. Like I was so upset at myself.
When I was watching Daytona, I literally had a pit in my stomach, like just from the suspense of it all. And Varsity Cheer, is that what you're gonna say?
Literally like the Scientology of national associations, like them not letting them film, and then we had like janky iPhone footage.
Yeah, it was wild out here, you guys. We're gonna recap Cheer. I guess like we just should move on to the things that we're actually gonna talk about right now.
Yeah, no, instead of
talking about the things that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, but back to Mary-Kate and Ashley, totally agree on them being such influential influences in our lives.
And after New York Minute, Zach and I watched Passport to Paris, and that movie just slaps. It ages so well.
When they're eating French fries,
the jokes are still so funny. And then last night I watched Our Lips Are Sealed, and I guess it was a letdown because I had to spend $15 on it, so I needed it to be incredible. Whereas Passport to Paris is on Hulu.
Oh, is it?
Yep. And I just I wonder what's next for me.
I think now that I'm thinking about it, when you said Passport to Paris, I was like, oh, that's definitely my favorite. But then I think of Our Lips Are Sealed when they're in the witness protection program, and I think that one might actually be my favorite, like when they're on the yacht in those super cute like go-go dresses.
I just want to let you know, like Passport to Paris is better.
What about Switching Teams?
Oh, that's a great one, but they're just really young, and like
it's a different type of movie.
It's a much different type of movie. Like, what am I doing? Spending my Saturday night watching Kicking and Screaming.
A bunch of children. Like, what are you?
Yeah,
a predator?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure?
Yes, positive.
Okay, cool. So I just think, I know it's early, but I do think, in the words of my namesake on the Lion King commercial, it is time.
I do think it is time for the fast size stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily disagree, and you know me, I love to disagree, but I'm just really excited, and I do have to cut you off again, because I have to let everyone know about our newest sponsor, which we did our first read for on Friday, and it is a brand that Jackie and I are literally obsessed with, and I can't believe that they are not sponsoring our show, The Real Real. If you want to own iconic luxury items at an unreal value with The Real Real, it is the leading seller of authenticated luxury consignment from top designers like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Rolex, Cartier, and hundreds more, and it's all up to 90% off retail. You can shop and consign women's and men's luxury fashion and streetwear, as well as jewelry, watches, art, and home. So Jackie and I both shop at The Real Real. Like I
shop till we drop.
Clothing, mostly bags and accessories, and I also get stuff for Ben there, and it's just like I love to like live like a queen but not like spend like one, you know what I mean? And The Real Real has been great for that. And then especially with Jackie, when we spoke about her shopping problem last week, when it's time to clear out and make space for new stuff, we also both sell on The Real Real, so it's great to feel like you're investing in stuff, and then if you don't end up wearing it, or you just like have your time has run out with it.
Yeah.
It's great to just feel like you're getting that money back and freeing up space in your closet. And since it's technically thrift shopping, you're doing well for the environment. It's just very sustainable shopping.
You are. And since I am an investor in fashion.
I thought you were going to say an investor in The Real Real. I'm like, look at you.
Oh my God, I fucking wish. No, I'm an investor. As we spoke about last week, I'm a collector. And The Real Real has like the best vintage items, one-of-a-kind pieces, like never to be seen before, ever again.
Throw it up, put it in a blender, give birth to it.
Okay. So it's lit.
The Real Real has new arrivals that come in daily, and every item undergoes The Real Real's meticulous authentication process. In fact, The Real Real employs over 100 brand specialists, gemologists, horologists, and art curators from around the globe who inspect thousands of items each day to ensure that every item is authenticated. You can shop luxury the sustainable way, go online or download the app, or you can now visit one of their stores in Soho or West Hollywood, and they have a brand new location in the city at 870 Madison Avenue. Sorry, I'm dying over here. And if you want to consign, you can check out their white glove service for free in-home pickup, so you don't have to ship a big box. They'll come over, take your stuff, get it out of your way. It's really great. Shop in-store, online, or download the app and get 20% off select items with the promo code REAL, just like Simon Van Kempen. I am REAL, R-E-A-L. That's therealreal.com, promo code REAL for 20% off select items. I absolutely love shopping on the app, and I just recommend it. Highly
recommend it. Like, it's a great way to shop because you get great things for great prices, and you're also doing well for the environment. With each item that you buy, they let you know how much water you saved and how much you're helping this planet. So sign on, have cute shit.
Before we jump in, I did want to recap because I went out on Friday night to an art show, which was like really not like me. I don't think I've ever really been to an art show, and it was a very elevated experience. But I ran into the lady sitter, who I just want to say is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, and I was really trying to convince him to do stand up because he's so funny. I just think he like loves his life at E, and I'm not telling him to move. I'm just like, just try it, and it's very scary like to tell someone to try. But we were just talking, and he said something like an offhand remark that it was like, I think a comedian would spend years coming up with something so funny. We were just talking about someone who wore like a bad wig, like a celebrity, and someone at the table who like wasn't really like well versed in celebrity like life was like, well, why was the person wearing a wig? Like, what's their hair like? And me and Justin were like, well, they don't really have a lot of hair. I said, I'm like, the person has like 3 strands of hair, and Justin goes, she has like no hair. I could blow dry it with my mouth.
You told me the joke already, so I've
no,
already
just
laughed.
a hilarious joke, and I just love spending time with him. And he's a FOT, friend of the toast, and I just love him.
Yeah.
And I was like taking hot takes from him. I'm like, what do you think about what's going on here?
Anything interesting you'd like to share with the class?
No, he did tell me who he ran into Morgan Stewart on a date with.
Thank God. And Claudia told me, and now my life's complete.
And like, I just don't want to be like thirsty and like exploit it. But like,
weirdly,
I had already known that it was a thing. Seen each other. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't feel like there's so much stuff out there that we don't know. Like,
yeah, no, I didn't feel out of the loop.
Oh, you know what is a great update to share with the class today is that the Morning Toasters Facebook group is now open for membership, open enrollment over there. We have wiped clean all of the requests. So if your request was pending, you've been declined, which is good news for you because it means we're starting fresh. We're letting people in. Make sure your answers are pertinent to the situation. I can't stress this enough.
Yeah.
Make sure, like, overdo it instead of underdo it.
It was insane. Like we had to release there was like 20,000 requests, and as much as we wanted to let everyone in, there's like snitches and just.
It's like a year's worth of snitchery, and
we don't want to ruin, like the vibe in the group right now is so positive, but we know there are so many more people who listen to the podcast that aren't in the group, and anytime I like meet someone or even open a DM, it's like they'll send me something. Also, PS, like let me into the group. So we want everyone to be in the group who wants to be in the group without sacrificing the vibe, and that means snitches. So if it's something that is important to you, apply, write thoughtful answers. Let us think that you at least watch the show, you know?
No, let us know that you watch the show,
yeah.
And your life will be changed for it. So head on over there.
And here, if you're listening to this, say ratatouille.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
So I know.
No, but then like
someone's going to be like, I'm posting on Reddit. They said ratatouille.
Okay, first story. I figured we would just start with the big news of the day that isn't Megxit because I just want to,
And also, like, I'm starting to get China vibes, like
no,
talking about Harry and Meghan.
Are you kidding me? Today is the Megxit summit. They're all meeting. Meghan is conferencing in.
Oh, from Toronto?
Is she in Toronto or Vancouver?
Toronto.
Okay, from Canada.
From Canada.
Anyways, first story, Oscar nominations are in, and it's Snubs season.
It's Snubs season. People are really upset. Man, I'm choking today. Adam Sandler is trending on Twitter.
Okay, it's not Snubs. I wasn't talking about Adam Sandler.
But like the world is.
I was talking about Frozen 2. I was talking about
J-Lo.
Beyonce, and I was talking about J-Lo.
Beyonce, she didn't get nominated for the song?
No.
Shook.
Yeah.
Did Taylor Swift?
No. But I'm sorry, even though the Taylor Swift song is good, Cats cannot be an Oscar-nominated movie. Then they'll put it in the commercials, and no one should be duped into seeing it.
I agree. Did you see it?
No. But Zach did.
Okay.
So I feel like I did. Okay, the award for motion picture nominations, Ford versus Ferrari, which I want to see.
Me too.
Can't tell if it's about presidents, cars, or race car drivers.
Cars.
Maybe all 3. Race car drivers. Like, is it about Gerald Ford or Ford Motors?
Ford Motors. It's all
Ford
about, like,
Motors versus Ferrari Motors?
Yeah, it's like who made the better sports car. And I think they race them. So I think it's about cars and race car drivers.
Oh, I thought it was about 2 race car drivers. Maybe it was about
2 race car drivers running for president.
One named Gerald Ford.
No.
And one named something Ferrari.
Well, that would just be a weird coincidence.
Okay, but it's about the motor companies. Cool,
Yes.
cool. The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
That's a lot of movies.
Yeah, well, because at the Golden Globes, they nominate by movie drama and movie comedy or musical, but now they just put them all together.
Got it. Well, I was with a bunch of Ben's friends on Saturday night, and we were talking about like Oscar movies, and someone was talking about Jojo Rabbit, which like I hadn't even heard of, and I was like, has anyone seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Like as a joke, and everyone was like, no. Can you believe nobody has seen that movie?
Uncultured swine you hang out with.
Uncultured swine, except one person, Luch. He's like a film buff. He's seen it, and he like agreed that it was a great movie. But I just couldn't believe that all these quote unquote like movie goer, like people who are invested in film culture, have never seen the greatest movie of all time, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Sickening. Okay.
And if any toasters haven't, sickening.
Best Actress nominee: Cynthia Erivo, Scarlett Johansson, Saoirse Ronan, Charlize Theron, and Renee Zellweger.
Saoirse Ronan.
I like Saoirse. Best Actor: Antonio Banderas, Leonardo DiCaprio, Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, Jonathan Pryce.
Joaquin Phoenix is going to win. The Joker had the most nominations, and I do think that I think it'll be the Slumdog Millionaire.
I think there's a lot of good choices in that category.
Same.
Actress in a supporting role: Kathy Bates. Apparently that was a surprise for Richard Jewell, which I'm still dying to see. There's so many movies that I'm dying to see, and I just can't get around to them.
No, I know.
I'm dying to see 1917.
I need to become a member of the Academy or something so that you can get the movies. They send you like a DVD and you could just watch it at home.
Remember how we were talking about 1917 and the cute speech that he made because like he doesn't have any movie
And they
stars
had
in his
like
movie?
a record-breaking box
They
office
had a great weekend at the box
37
office.
million.
I'm so happy for them.
It's like a startup.
Yeah.
You know, like and you're really rooting for them. They're like entrepreneurs. They should go
Totally.
on Shark Tank.
Totally. Oh my God, I have to talk about Shark Tank last night.
Okay.
Laura Dern's nominated, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit. Who knew she was in that? Florence Pugh and Margot Robbie.
It's just like movies like The Marriage Story and Irishman are really bothering me because they're star-studded and they're not good. And they just get nominated because you can't have a movie with all these people and it not be nominated. You like The Irishman, you know, like think of the disrespect of like all these people getting together.
Well, I think that even though The Irishman was overall not good, I think the acting was incredible. I think there were elements of it that deserved nominations. I do.
Yeah, but it's nominated for Best Picture.
I understand that. Like
I don't
to
like.
me,
I just don't think that.
To me, like it was. They didn't land the plane, but I had a nice time on the flight.
Yeah, but
you know?
I just don't think that because a lot of people are in it, it deserves to be nominated. Like this isn't
But
camp.
I'm
Like
not
you don't
saying,
get seniority.
I'm not saying that it's nominated because a lot of people are in it. I think the people did a good job.
Yeah, fine. So they can get nominated, but like the film as a whole being nominated, like I just think it's like a mirage. Like you just think it's a good movie because there's so many good people in it.
No, I think if they were just nominating for the sake of nominating, Cats would be in the mix.
You literally couldn't nominate Cats. Like you just couldn't. Like the review, like it would be a joke if you nominated Cats.
But I just think The Irishman, like we didn't enjoy it. A lot of people didn't enjoy it. But I think cinematically, it was masterful in ways.
Yeah, but don't you think like a good gauge on like the cinematical masterpiece of a movie is whether or not people liked it?
No, look at The Lobster, your old friend.
By the way, but it was universal. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's a perfect example. It was universally regarded as a fucking horrible movie, and just because like Keanu Reeves or whoever was in it, it's like, oh, this is so great, and just because it's like hard to understand and dense, people think that means it's a good movie. Like, no, movies should be easy to understand. This isn't the SATs.
Yeah, well, you know what? It won't win, and I do think at a certain point, like Martin Scorsese puts out a body of work with so and so and so and so.
Right, you just have to nominate it.
We have no choice but to respect.
But see, I don't agree. The Oscars should be based on merit.
I think that is merit. I
No,
think
of
that
the
is
movie,
merit.
not of people's career, of the movie.
I think
That's
it's
like
merit.
Leonardo DiCaprio never getting nominated, but he should have gotten nominated. He should have won a million times just because of his merit, you know?
No, I think he should have won a million times, like because of the work that he did.
Right, and The Revenant was literally terrible, but like, Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can, which I just watched for the first
I know.
time.
Django.
Titanic.
Oh, Titanic.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Oh, Gilbert Grape. Heartbreaker of a film.
Best actor in a supporting role, Brad Pitt. I hope he wins. I could so go for another speech.
Me too.
Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Tom Hanks, and Anthony Hopkins.
Well, that's like not... Wait, what was that category?
Best actor in a supporting role.
Oh, so that's not the same as Joaquin Phoenix.
No, that's main actor.
I do think that Brad Pitt will win that category. It doesn't seem like real stiff competition.
I really hope so. Animated feature film, interesting because Frozen 2 got snubbed. How to Train Your Dragon, I Lost My Body, Klaus on Netflix, Claus, I don't know, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4.
Weird.
Zach actually watched Claus and he did not like it.
Ben saw Toy Story 4 and swore like it was the best movie ever made in the entire world.
Also, The Lion King should have been nominated in that category, I believe. And the snubbery going around for The Lion King, Beyonce, and Jon Favreau. Give me my gavel. Like it's a disgrace.
By the way, Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Can we talk about him for a minute?
Favreau problems. Let's go.
Okay, I like love Jon Favreau. What is he in? Like, what do I know him from?
Couples Retreat.
No, before that, he was in Chef. That Netflix movie about the food truck.
Okay, I'll Google it.
But he, like, his initial role is something iconic. And I always get him confused with the dad from the Goldbergs.
Oh, for sure, the guy from Larry David. Yeah.
Because they look exactly alike. But I know that guy has like a weird thing with his cheek. And so that's how I know that it's him. He's also in Entourage. But Jon Favreau.
Okay, like he's in a lot of stuff. He's in Four Christmases. Is that what you're thinking of? He plays Vince Vaughn's brother.
No, keep going.
Like, I don't know. Something's Gotta Give.
Who is he in Something's Gotta Give?
I don't know. But like all of these movies are coming up that he was in.
Oh my God, it's really bothering me.
I don't know.
Swingers?
Identity Thief?
I don't know.
I love you. I love you,
the
man.
worst movie.
I think it's Couples Retreat that you're thinking
of. Can I see your iPad?
Yeah, sure.
Because he's just like a really iconic figure, like in my mind, and I don't know what from. Maybe like a TV show. Oh my God, remember the movie Wimbledon?
Yeah, crazy movie.
What a good movie.
Crazy movie.
I
think it's Couples Retreat you're thinking of. Because that's what it is for me.
I just can't picture him. He was in The Breakup. He was Vince Vaughn's friend.
He's always Vince Vaughn's friend. I had no clue they had like an Adam Sandler.
Was he in The Wolf of Wall Street or like directed? Because he's like a star, but then also
now
behind the scenes.
he's a big time director, and he did The Lion King, and he knocked it out of the park.
He's in Elf. Maybe that's it, or maybe I'm not sure. He's just a star to me, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe it's because I keep confusing him for the guy from the Goldbergs.
Feel like he gets...
What is it? Thank you. Friends.
Oh.
He's Pete Becker, right? Yes. Oh my God. Thank you. That was bothering me so much. Yes. And also, that really reminds me that why Monica's the worst, because Pete was like the best guy for her. And like, yes, even though he wanted to become the ultimate fighting champion, he was a billionaire. He was basically like Bill Gates. He invented Moss 98, which was like Microsoft. And Monica was like just not into him because he was like a little too reckless for her. Like, oh my God, she's so judgmental. Like, relax. And he gave her a $10,000 tip at the diner. Like, that's how he knew. And she like thought she was so offended. I'm like, bitch, take the money and run. Like, you're living in your grandma's apartment.
Like nowadays he would be like, go viral.
Right. No, and that 10,000. Think of like depreciation. That $10,000 probably from in the last 20 years is like 30,
perhaps
something like that.
Anyways,
that's also an interesting thing about watching Mrs. Maisel. She's like, my phone bill is $47. She's like, oh, I'd have to ask my dad for kind of money like that. It's like $47. You know, it's the money. They do a good job of like really like capturing the time.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm really upset about The Lion King snubbery because it was just a work of art.
I think it's probably...
And in an era where we're getting movies like Cats, now we're seeing, you know, it's not so easy.
To put on an animated film. I agree.
An animated feature film in live action 3D.
And I think of all the movies I saw this year, Lion King was the one that impressed me the most, and I think the one that like really got me in my feelings the most.
100%. And I think I'm upset for Beyonce. I'm upset for Jon Favreau.
I'm upset for Jon Favreau. I feel like he's like a really hard worker. I can't explain it. I'm like low-key obsessed
with him.
No, and
he's just like, what's that quote
he's
where it's like,
too.
He's just like working in the dark, you know? He's not asking for anything.
It's like people...
He's not tweeting about his snub.
No, or like how hard he's working, like, you know, Instagram storying, you know, in the studio 6 a.m. Like, you know, like he just works hard, keeps his head down.
Yeah, totally.
I love him. There's a phrase, and I'm not remembering it, but I know the phrase you're referring to.
No, it's like what you do in the dark shows in the light. Is that what you're thinking of? I think it's from that Michael Phelps commercial.
Even though I did just hear like a quote, it's totally unrelated to this conversation, but I just heard like a phrase that really spoke to me. Ready?
Okay. I love a good phrase.
Yeah, ready? Money talks, but wealth whispers.
Oh, for sure.
Totally.
I thought you were going to be like, but something walks.
No. It's not a rhyme, but it's just one that really spoke to me. Made me want to become wealthy.
I love that for you.
I love quotes that make me want to become wealthy.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Best original song, which is a category I always feel a kinship to. I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4. I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man. I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough. Into the Unknown, Frozen 2. They should have nominated Show Yourself. Maybe they'd stand a chance. And Stand Up from Harriet.
Elton John is gonna win.
Yeah,
that's a great song. And I didn't even know that wasn't an original like song from Elton John's career.
Totally, but it should be Spirit by Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just keep going.
Or Beautiful Ghost, but it's okay.
But it just can't be.
I actually saw a tweet today when I was reading like people's reactions of the three pop stars who are on their way to an EGOT. Mm-hmm. It's Lady Gaga, Adele, and Taylor Swift, because they all have Grammys. Taylor has an Emmy. I don't know what from. And then Gaga and Adele both have Oscars. So we need one of them to star in a Broadway. I think of all them, if anyone's going to get there first, it's going to be Lady Gaga.
I think so too.
Because she really is so like perform. Like I could see her just randomly being nominated for a Tony.
And she was nominated for an Emmy.
For American Horror Story.
Yeah, so like she'll just do something like that again.
Yeah. I think her doing American Horror Story was her wanting to be an EGOT.
For sure.
Yeah, but she got the hard ones down, I think. Grammy and Oscar.
The hard
Tony's
ones,
hard.
but the ones that are more in her wheelhouse. Like now
Yeah.
she's gonna have to go and spend time on Broadway.
I'm down.
Yeah, we would like. She loves New York. I
She
think
does.
She would enjoy that.
There's a place here.
Okay, now let's get to the real
Meat and potatoes.
meat and potatoes, the heart of the issue. Where do we begin on the royal news that's happened since this weekend? I'm going to start with the fact that Meghan Markle has reportedly signed a deal with Disney following the royal split. Then yesterday, a video was making the rounds of her and Harry at the Lion King premiere in July, while Meghan was talking to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Harry is
Some random iPhone, like literally caught the video of a century. Like it's so weird that this would be caught on tape.
Harry was seen conversing with Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney.
Friend of the toast.
And allegedly, apparently, if you read lips and can hear well, he's asking for a job for Meghan. He's like, saying that she does voiceovers.
You know she does voiceovers, right? And he was like, oh, no, I didn't. He's like, you didn't? You seem by the way, why would anyone know that? First of all, he almost seemed like he was offended that Bob Iger didn't know that. And then he's like, you seem surprised. And Bob's like, yeah, no, I had no idea. He was like, and she would really love to do something.
She's really interested. And he said, we'd love to try. That's a great idea.
Like literally making business deals on a red carpet. And then I posted this on the Instagram and I was really, really curious to see what people were going to say. And it was a toast community divided because half of the people were on there being like, oh my God, goals. Like I wish someone was my champion like that. Like, oh my God, look, he's her #1 fan. And then other people were just very blatant being like, damn, this is one of the thirstiest things I've ever seen in my life. Like a prince almost, like that wasn't a casual conversation. Like when you're a prince, like you're basically now demanding. Like you can't just have a conversation like that. Now Bob Iger, whether or not he wanted to, like he had to give this deal to Meghan because the prince required it. He was commanded.
But I think what's even crazier is that they were in no position to be getting jobs or doing endorsements or anything like this back in July.
Right.
So the wheels have been in motion for their departure for a long time, but not long enough for them to have a real conversation with the Queen about it and go about it in the right way.
So I did a poll on my story. Because I feel like everyone is on two sides of the fence. I said, let's just set it straight. Like, are we thinking that Meghan, is thirsty and her and Harry are breaking up the royal family? Or is this all just like genuine and like she really just wants to get away from it all and like the media is misconstruing a lot of, and it was a country divided 48% to 52%.
I don't think the media is misconstruing anything, at least not the media here.
No.
Everyone here is like,
really respectful.
Respectful. He doesn't want Princess Diana Part 2. They just want quiet lives. And you know what? Like, I think only time will, and what they do next will tell what their intentions have been from the start. If they want to go live a quiet life in Canada and like be semi-anonymous and just, they can't deal with the press and the media, like I would completely respect that and understand that because that life, that is not for everyone. But if they move to LA or they spend their time in LA, like they pay taxes in Canada, but are mostly in LA. They're going to the Met Ball. They're, here, they're there, and they're doing voiceover deals with Disney and they're on Netflix and this and that, like,
it's wrong.
And so then they're essentially bigger stars than they would have been if they were just, doing the royal.
And so they're not leaving because of the Princess Diana pressure. It's probably worse here.
Yeah.
Like at least in Buckingham Palace, there's an element of like respect and protection that you get just by being a royal. Not in terms of what people can say about you, but just in terms of like your physical place in the world. So I think that this is turning into more of what we thought it was going to be when I first heard the story. And it's so weird and it's really...
What did you think it was going to be when you first heard the story?
When I first heard the story, I was like, oh, thirsty wants to live in LA. And then it's like, no, they want to spend more time on philanthropy. And then for a second, I really thought that like, this was really too much for her and that she was going to live in Canada and live a quiet life and like really just be like a full-time philanthropist, whatever that means. But now it's just like with all the news of like their businesses that they're forming and like they own like 114 IPs and Disney deal, and I'm sure more things will come out about that. Now it's like a little confusing and it's coming off really disrespectful.
Disrespectful, thirsty, and it's like they don't want to do the job of, opening up a community center in South Wales.
Right, because that's not sexy, and that's what people think being a princess is like wearing fine jewels, the crown jewels, and like going to a party every night when it's not. It's like hard work.
That's half the job.
It's half the job. But it's hard work and it's kind of boring and it's not super sexy all the time and you don't really get to be like famous and get like a lot of the perks of what it means to be famous. And I think that that's what Meghan wants. And
it's both of them.
Yeah.
It takes two to tango. You don't just leave your family or post because your wife is like, ooh, I want to do Disney voiceovers.
Right. No, I agree.
It's both of them.
But I think that what you said about the timing of the Lion King premiere is weird.
Beyond.
Because that means this whole thing was like really premeditated and planned.
I think you have to have a plan when you do something like this. I hope they had a plan. Yeah. But it just means that like first of all, they were they're not supposed to be campaigning for jobs and movie deals
Right.
while they're still royals. So at least
they were there like on a royal duty. Like they were there representing the royal family at an event. Like that's work for them. So it's thirsty, but it's also like not protocol.
It's improper.
Yeah.
And it just shows that like they've obviously had this in the works for a while. So why couldn't they go about it the right way with the blessing of the Queen? Because now today is the day of the big Megxit conference where the Queen is sitting down with Charles and William and Harry, and I guess Meghan's calling in. I would just like love to get the dial-in info for that.
I would just absolutely love to be a fly on that wall. And what's so upsetting is like you get so invested in other people's stories, and other people's lives, and then there's like we'll never know what's being said, and everything we talk about here about the royal family could be like total conjecture. Like we'll never really know what's going on. That's like with Solange and Beyonce in the elevator. Like we'll never really know what happened in the elevator. I mean, we'll never really know like what's being said between like what the Queen truly feels, you know,
unless she makes a move after all the dust is settled and she takes their titles away, which I was reading in the news this morning. A lot of Brits want.
Do they?
Yeah, I guess like
and then also
in the
this
poll
opinion,
of popular opinion
as an American, it's like so different. I would love to. We need like a British scone, a British toast to let us know like what the British public feels, because we're not really affected by this. We just like look at it all from like a salacious gossip point of view, but like it's important in Britain, like and in politics and in just like the culture. So I would love to know what the people of Britain are saying.
Yes, I would. And I think that will affect how things are handled.
That would be crazy if they lost their title. I don't know if it would really affect, like, they'll still be just as famous here in America, but there's probably certain things they can't do.
No, and like those merchy vibes and those trademarks, gone.
Oh my God, so sad though. The Daily Mail did like an in-depth post. The Daily Mail is fucking savage on the person who runs their Instagram. It's like some just kid, like an intern basically. And he misquoted like Maya Angelou, and there was like this whole drama. And they like put it, like he's just like a private citizen who has a job, you know, and he obviously has a high profile job. But at the end of the day, like he's just a regular person. And the Daily Mail did like a whole thing on him. It was kind of cute.
Also, people are saying that their Instagram account was started around the time of the Lion King premiere, like over the summer. And so this has all been, you know, this orchestrated.
Masterfully.
Yeah, because it's like you don't just go off on your own until you're an influencer and you can be selling FabFitFun.
Yeah, I mean, if the day ever comes where they're doing Instagram ads, like I will die.
I don't think it's going to come to that.
Because I see them as like it's an interesting career. One, like I don't even know who I could compare it to, where it's like you're a celebrity, but because we don't have royals in America. So it's like a level of celebrity that's kind of uncharted, where it's like you can do certain things. Like I think they'll definitely do like fashion campaigns. I think like Meghan will be like on a fragrance ad, you know, in every airport in America for like Dior or something. But she's not going to be out here hawking tea or doing a lot of things that celebrities do. Like even the Kardashians, who are American royalty, like there's so much they do as celebrities. Like Meghan's not gonna be doing club appearances, you know? I would love that, and that would go. But she's on a different planet. She's like at the same level as Oprah.
Yes, I would agree with that. But anyways, I hope we have more news tomorrow after the big conference.
Maybe she'll pick back up her blog.
After MegCon.
What was it called? Tutti?
The
It Girl?
The Tig.
The Tig.
The Tigs.
The Tiggy! Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to take that.
Oh, sorry.
The Tig, yeah, the It Girl, which is the Tig is the It Girl.
I mean, she really is the It Girl.
Well, yeah, no, she manifested that for herself.
Ask, believe, receive.
Maybe she'll pick her blog back up.
I think she will become like a lifestyle guru.
Expert.
I love a guru.
Love a guru.
Anyways,
well,
it'll be
I'm
interesting.
happy for her. I'm excited to see what comes of all this. I like in a year, I would love to watch this show and be like, what were we thinking? You know, because we'll know then what the plan was.
Yeah, I just want to see where they're spending most of their time. Actually, it would be even crazier if they like move to Vancouver and then spend all their time in LA, because it's like, oh, they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
Well, I just read in page 6, which means it could not be true, that they won't live in America. Meghan refuses to live in America until Trump's out of office because her and him have beef.
Oh, interesting.
Like she made a comment about him before she was a royal, and then he responded when she was a royal, so she couldn't say anything because I think the Queen is like totally apolitical.
Completely.
Right. Which I also think may be part of the reason why Meghan wanted to leave, because she's very passionate about certain topics. Maybe she wanted to get in on, you know, the very touch and go political climate here in America.
Perhaps.
Maybe she missed it in Britain. I can't imagine anyone missing what's going on here, but I would love to move.
We will keep you posted, you guys. But I mean, all you have to do is open your eyes. It's everywhere. It's the story.
You don't need us to keep you posted.
It's the story of a lifetime.
On the thirst that is Meghan and Harry. And you know what? Maybe they should get some Liquid IV because they're looking quite dehydrated.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Everyone is talking about Liquid IV's hydration multiplier. You've even heard how much we love it. But have you heard of their latest product, the Liquid IV Energy Multiplier? Their Energy Multiplier tastes amazing, just like their lemon lime flavor. Basically, all you got to do is mix it in water, and it gives you a sustained energy boost with absolutely no crash. One of the things we love most about Liquid IV is that they're on a mission to change the world. So they've donated 2 million servings to date to places like Haiti, Uganda, Puerto Rico, and Nepal. With each purchase you make, Liquid IV donates a serving to someone in need around the world. Do good, feel good. What's not to love? Their premium matcha and green energy blend tastes delicious and provides a lasting energy boost throughout the day. The fatigue-fighting boost you'd get from a couple of cups of coffee without the crash. It contains a mixture of teas and herbs high in antioxidants that help improve mood and focus. A healthier alternative to traditional energy drinks and coffee. There's no artificial flavors or preservatives. We love Liquid IV. Great for a hangover. If you want to get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com, use the code TOAST at checkout. So that's liquidiv.com. The code is TOAST. That's 25% off anything you order on Liquid IV's website. Just go to liquidiv.com, enter the promo code TOAST to save 25% and get better hydration and energy. Liquidiv.com, promo code TOAST. Don't wait. Start fueling your adventures today.
Sign on, get hydrated. Great for a hangover. Great for if you're just not drinking enough water and you just want like the liquid that you're drinking to double up on the hydration.
Cool.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, the most devastating news that I've heard in a long time, which is that Jeffree Starr and his boyfriend Nate have indeed split after 5 years together. Jeffree posted a video to his YouTube channel on Saturday morning.
Caption, we broke up. Like, that's it.
Confirming what none of us wanted to believe, what we actually here at The Toast refused to believe. And I'm so shook. The video is... It's boring. It's nice. It's boring. It doesn't really tell us why they broke up, who broke up with who.
No, but the vibe,
if they have a chance of getting back together.
The vibe that I got, and before if you had told me that they would have broken up, I would have just pretty much assumed Nate would have broken up with him because I think Nate is just like not really fit for this life. And Jeffree like was made for it. But the vibe that I got from the video was that Jeffree's like really kind of doing okay, and that he might have been the one who broke up.
Yeah. It wasn't clear at all, or maybe it was mutual, and maybe they had so much going on, but they knew they both weren't doing well, and when they finally took the time to sit down and talk about things, they both had it on their mind. I don't know. I'm just speculating because I just need like some logic.
I know,
because this makes no sense to me. Like we were just here, like we just watched a Shane documentary.
I do feel like
to me, Jeffree and Nate were like what true love looks like,
and just stability. What stability looks like in an
and
industry,
support, and what support looks like
in an industry that's like so crazy. Like Jeffree has, well, he always says like so many highs and so many lows. Like having that partner, I feel like really can help like sustain like your mental health. And I feel like Nate was like a real rock for Jeffree, even though like I obviously don't know them. I just like really feel like I do know them from just being such a big fan. And it was just really devastating, and I do feel like Jeffree was speaking directly to me when he said that people were reporting that his mom died.
You know what? I saw it, and I didn't think he was talking about you.
No, me neither, but so many people like DM'd me like, Jeffree was talking about you. Obviously, by the way, I never said on this show, I never reported it as fact that his mother passed away. I just thought like people were freaking out about so many things that were going on, like him canceling the tour. So I was looking for almost like a scapegoat, like. And I never reported. I don't think he was talking to me. I don't think his mom really, there was ever anything wrong. I just was looking for a reason as to why all these things were happening and why people thought they were breaking up. Because to me, they were never going to break up.
Yeah, but to us, it was like we were trying to think of other things that could have happened because we didn't want to believe that he could break up with Nate. But it's like his mom passing away would be so much worse.
Of course, we were just talking about it so casually. I really apologize. Like I don't think he was talking to me, but if he was, like, I'm so sorry.
I don't think he was. I wasn't getting that vibe. I wasn't getting that vibe.
No, and I hope he's okay.
Usually I know when people are talking to us.
He just gives me Bethany vibes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like you have this person who was like so much going for them and like career-wise, like there's like a never-ending surplus of great things happening for them, and it keeps getting bogged down by like terrible tragedies in your personal life. Mm-hmm. And it's giving me Bethany vibes. And it's also giving me a similar Bethany vibe, whereas I don't know if he has that many people around him that he can depend on, and he's like building this family for himself out of people who like aren't your born family, it's your chosen family. And like that's what Bethany does too, because I don't think she comes from like a really stable home life. So it's giving me like literally mirroring vibes, like huge careers.
I do think that Jeffree though has more friends and even family in his life than Bethany does.
Yeah, I mean, because she has, and you could see it on the show when she got out of the surgery, like she had like nobody at that time in her life, and that was making it so much sadder because there's no one to celebrate the highs with and there's no one to console with you during the lows. So Jeffree gives me like similar vibes where every time something good happens, like something bad happens too.
Yeah,
Like, he just broke the world record of most makeup palettes ever sold in a certain whatever, and now his personal life is going to shit.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when we watch his channel, we watch the Shane show, it's like, wow, Jeffree Star has the best life ever.
Oh my
but
God,
then
yeah.
anytime he gets on and talks to us, he's like, I've been going through a lot, and he doesn't always elaborate, but it's like, I can't imagine like so many bad things have to be happening to outweigh all of the positive things that we do see, you know? And it just makes me sad.
And we see a lot.
And
so what don't we see?
Right. It just makes me sad, and this makes me sad, but it didn't seem like there was hope for reconciliation or that either of them wanted that.
No, and they seem to be on good terms. Jeffree has been Snapchatting and Instagram storing all weekend, and he put a picture up of Nate in the kitchen with the dogs because like they're co-parenting. There's no custody battle, but Nate wants to see his sons and daughters, which I totally understand. Yeah. So they seem to be getting along really well.
It also makes me realize that when Jeffree put up the video of the house tour, that video must have been taken a while back, but by the time he put it up, they were obviously broken up because he was saying on the video they've been broken up for a few weeks.
Yeah, and that's the hard part of like being so invested in someone, because part of the reason why we refuse to believe it, we're like, they just put up a video, and Jeffree pretty much films in real time because he's always doing things that are like pertinent, like new makeup that just came out. So it never occurred to me that the video might be pre-recorded, but then when he said they'd been broken up for a while, or maybe they were broken up in the video and he was just hanging around.
Oh, I didn't get that. That's crazy. That's like acting. Yeah. They're not actors, and I think Jeffree is really upset about it. So,
and also I think the most interesting thing is how intertwined their lives were, because they weren't married, but they were basically like in a committed partnership because they were together for so long, and they have the house in Michigan that Nate's family lives in, and Jeffree kind of addressed how like nothing's going to change, but like that's kind of strange, you know?
Yeah. Well, maybe nothing will change for now, but down the line, you know, if they both start seeing new people, like that's when things change. You know?
Or maybe Jeffree put the house in like Nate's name or something, like the deed.
Maybe.
Like that would be very generous. I'm just really sad because I feel like whatever was going on, and I've been watching Jeffree's videos for a long time, and I've now go back and like watch all the old videos, so I get to see him at different places in his life and in his different places in his relationship with Nate, and it just really felt like he was really proud of the fact that he had like a really stable relationship, and that was like something he prided himself on.
People could say whatever they wanted about him, but like he had what matters.
Yeah, and I'm just really sad about it. Like I feel for him and I love him, and I just feel like he needs. I feel this way like how I felt about Bethany. Like I feel like he really needs like strong, loyal people in his life, and like I volunteer as tribute. Like I feel like I can be a really good friend for him.
That's so generous of you. I think you could too.
You're not getting pulled over, you guys. There's a siren.
Yeah. Also, even though it's sad that they broke up and it just like makes you sad for him, it's like, it's obviously what he wants. Like, you know, the relationship wasn't good, so being single is ultimately better than being together. So I always think of a breakup as like a good, it's like a positive change.
Fresh start.
You know what I mean? So as much as this one is particularly sad for us, for them, they're doing the best thing for themselves. So we just have to be supportive.
Now I can't imagine like Jeffree like talking about dating or like introducing someone else to us, because it's like your parents. Like it's weird. Like you should be with Nate. So I don't know where we're gonna go from a content strategy. Like is he gonna include like dating stuff in his new content? I'm sure it'll be so funny. He's so great, but I just like, it feels like I'm cheating on Nate.
It does. It really does. Wow. Okay. Well, keep you posted if there's anything new here, but I just can't believe that after from last week, from where we were last week, like refusing to believe.
No, to now like mourning.
Yeah. Sad times. We actually have a lot of celebrity couple news for the rest of our story. So let's just get right into it, because Liam Hemsworth is confirming a romance with Gabriella Brooks with some PDA in Australia.
Not Gabby Butler.
No, I
Not
wish.
from Cheer. Yeah,
I wish.
Gabrielle Brooks, who's that?
I don't know.
I didn't hear about this.
Liam Hemsworth and Gabriella Brooks were spotted kissing on the beach in Byron Bay.
Wait, what about Madison Brown?
I know, but like we knew it was over before it even started because we never heard about them again.
We ruined it.
No,
like, we made it such a big deal.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Literally.
You know?
Oh my God, I'm so upset.
Mm-hmm. They were spotted kissing in their native Australia last week. He loves an Aussie girl.
I was just going to say that.
As seen in photos posted by a local magazine on Sunday. She wore a red and white striped bikini while he sported printed swimming trunks. Okay, now I have to go find the photo. Sorry.
Yeah.
BRB.
That's kind of shocking. I mean, I thought it was shocking how quickly he was like on a date with Madison Brown. Oh my God, it's so cute. They're like really kissing, just sitting on the beach like a bunch of regular girls.
But this local news outlet will not let anyone else post the photos. They're so excited about this. I'm happy for them. I really am.
Yeah. I'm happy for Liam, of course. I think he's been through a lot romantically, and I do think that it's time for him to just like get a really stable girlfriend in his life. But I'm really feeling sad about the loss of potential between him and Madison Brown, and maybe him ever like being an extra on Dynasty.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
Because people love to do that. Like when you're in a really stable relationship, like they'll bring, like Brad Pitt was on an episode of Friends. You know what I mean? Like they bring, so like we could have gotten Liam Hemsworth on an episode of Dynasty.
And that's really what the show needs.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Damn. Well, I really, at the end of the day, want happiness for him because he really seems like he deserves it, even though, again, we have no clue what goes on behind closed doors, and no one will give us any fucking answers.
No, yeah, it's like, matter. We literally spend so much time. We built a fucking brand. We built a studio around, like, talking about other people, and they won't even open the window. Like, they won't even let us in.
And it's like they show us everything that they want to show us, but the one time, like, we actually are interested in, with just, like, a little bit of clarity on a certain situation, we get nothing. Squat.
Wait, also, is it a story? Did we talk about Hailey Bieber running into Selena Gomez?
No, because I'm so done with these people, I can't even tell you.
No, I'm really done with Selena
Gomez. And I just don't understand. Okay, like, Selena
Gomez had like an album release party. Her album came out Rare. I haven't really heard anything about it other than the fact that Snitch says it's pretty good.
I thought Snitch said Snitch was trying to enjoy it. She found 2 songs that were okay. I actually listened to it this morning because I wanted, if it came up, I just wanted to like share my thoughts. I only got through half of it. And it's just very like Selena Gomez, you know, if it plays on the radio enough times, maybe I'll get into it. But to me, it just sounds like a series of notes put together.
Well, what had happened was she was out celebrating at a restaurant, had like a little album release party, and Hailey Bieber went to dinner with Madison Beer, which is so funny. And they happened to be at the same restaurant, and people thought that like Hailey was ambushing Selena. Now, I do feel like
that's weird.
It's weird. And I do feel like Hailey Bieber, I love her, and I actually really love her and Justin, and I'm happy that he ended up with her and not Selena. But I do think there's an element of like weirdness with her because I always find myself reporting news about her and Selena Gomez being like linked.
She just keeps stepping in it, and
she like keeps liking random pictures from Selena Gomez fan accounts. Like she's just like so strange.
And I don't. Do you know what restaurant the party was at?
No.
Because if it was at like Nobu Malibu, okay, maybe like that really is a poppin' place and everyone could wind up there. But if it was just at like some random
diner,
yeah, I do want to know what restaurant it was because I think that would change things. But also apparently Madison Beer is friends with Selena Gomez, so like wouldn't Madison Beer know where the after party is?
So Selena Gomez and Madison Beer both commented on like a fan account that was like reporting the story, and Selena was like, there was absolutely no blood, I love Madison so much. Like Selena said it was fine and Madison said it was fine, but it just feels like this easily could have been avoided.
And it's nonsense, and I'm so tired of talking about it, especially when it's like they'll like do something that seems like it might be drama and then be like, there's no drama.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's drama? And it's like because
it's
been 10 years, Selena's still talking about Justin, Haley's still commenting on photos,
and then they blame us. They blame us when it's like you guys are being shady and thirsty and like we're just talking about it and it's our fault now.
But that's the thing, we're not even talking about it because I'm not talking about it.
No, but I do just wanted to report on it that I'm Team Hailey, but I definitely think she's a little weird.
Yeah, no. This was like one step too far. I totally agree. Fifth and final story, a little more celeb couple news. Gigi and Zayn spotted back together in New York.
Oh, you know what? In the words of Britney Spears, toxic.
Oh my God. In the words of Britney Spears.
Oops, I did. What are you trying to say?
I don't know. They're just meant for each other.
You think?
Yes, I really do. Like no matter where they go, they always come back to each other. And
I actually think they're cute and they look really good together. Like their faces are meant to be together. There's something that gives me like bad vibes about this relationship. Like
just
toxic.
because of like blind items and probably things that you've read and heard. But just if I'm gonna be like one of those people who just looks at a tabloid and takes it at face value, I think Gigi and Zayn are OTP, and I think that they should stop bringing other people into this, like Tyler C, and pretending like they want to move on
and hurting people
and not moving on.
Joe Jonas,
right?
I love Gigi, and I have recently re-stanned her. Like, my relationship with her is kind of toxic as well. Like, I was her #1 fan, and I feel like I made her famous just by, like, literally being obsessed with her and, like, telling everyone about her on The Real Housewives. Like, nobody even knew who she was. She was just Yolanda's daughter doing some guest campaigns. And then I really feel like I brought her into the 21st century. But, like, obviously I didn't. And then I got, like, mad at her for being so famous and, like, losing that
forgetting about you.
Yeah, and losing that accessibility, like, I had to her. So then I, like, kind of became over her, like, kind of became, like, a hater. And now I'm back to, like, loving her because, like, she just loves and respects Taylor Swift. And, like, I just love that about her. And I love her dating life. Like, I do think it's so interesting, and it's a really, like, important element in her career, whether, like, that's misogynistic or not. Like, it is. Like, who she dates is super interesting, and, like, I feel like who she dates really reflects how I feel about her. Like, I absolutely loved her when she was dating Joe Jonas because I just thought that was, like, such a good choice. And I was like, good for you. Like, he's not the obvious choice because he wasn't the biggest star in the world back then. He was more low-key. And I just, like, loved that choice for her. And then she just went directly to Zayn, and I just thought that was, like, so obvious, you know? And I just thought, like, meh. But now they just like keep like finding their way back to each other. And I do think that they're cute. I just don't know if it's the best thing for her.
I think it's the best thing for her because it's the heart wants, in the words of Selena Gomez, the heart wants what it wants.
Yeah.
And she had to lose you to love me.
Yeah.
And look at her now.
Wow. Very well done.
Yeah, no, I just think that they love each other so much and they need to find a way to make it work in the right way to take it all the way because they just keep coming back to each other and I think that this is it for them.
And I just don't know how they couldn't make it work because Zayn doesn't work. So like Gigi's super busy. Like she's the biggest supermodel in the world, running a brand, like killing it. And I could understand how it would be difficult to date her if you two have a lot going on. But Zayn Malik, as far as I know, doesn't have much going on. So I just feel like he should really travel with Gigi. I feel like she's very stable. Like she has really good like work-life balance.
I feel like she goes to bed early.
She's not like a crazy party girl.
No, but she also has a good time.
And she has a good group of friends. Like I feel like she's really good for him.
Yes, and he's good for her because she loves him.
I guess.
That's how I feel. Also, even if he is busy or gets busy, or maybe he's busy and like we don't know about it, you know, a John Favreau type.
Right, he's so busy.
You know, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are able to make it work. You're able to make it work as well.
Yeah.
I no longer subscribe to the notion of scheduling conflicts when it comes to relationships.
And that's what they said about Lady Gaga and Taylor Kinney. And did you see on New Year's she was spotted with a mystery man kissing him? And it looked like Taylor Kinney. I don't think that it was, but I just want to say.
Don't get my hopes up.
I know. It looked like him, and I like forever will hold out hope. Like obviously I was upset when she like broke off her engagement from Kristen Carino, but then I wasn't that upset because I just meant she's one step closer to getting back together with Taylor Kinney, her one true love in this entire world.
Right. And I mean like, I had been able to put them out of my mind for a while and just like focus on other things.
I never forget her heart-shaped engagement ring. Like how fucking cute is she?
And just like you bring this back to the surface.
I'm sorry.
You don't understand the work I've done on myself.
I'm sorry. I honestly didn't even ship her and Bradley Cooper because I knew that Taylor Kinney was the one true love for her. And I'm glad that she and Bradley Cooper didn't work out because that would have just brought her further away from coming back to the one true love, Taylor Kinney.
What about Lady Gaga and Brad Pitt?
Honestly, I feel like he really is, and obviously I don't know anything about him or ever met him, but I feel like he's looking for like a really simple girl. And Lady Gaga is many things, but she's not simple.
I don't know if he's looking for a simple girl, but I agree. Like, I wouldn't necessarily pair the two. But don't worry, you're not getting pulled over.
I almost got pulled over this weekend.
Imagine if you are getting pulled over. Like, there's simultaneous sirens.
So much drama.
So much drama.
It's just like, I'm sympathetic to the cause of like whatever they're running to. But like, can you hurry the fuck up? I'm like recording a podcast here, sir.
No, I mean, but this is just like living in New York. And I'm telling you guys, I'm at my wit's end.
No,
like
with living in New York?
With living in New York.
Where are you going?
With all of it. I don't know. I really like need to get out a map and start planning and plotting because I'm making moves.
Do it.
Sorry.
Where are you going?
You already just asked me that.
Oh, did you say where you're going?
No, but I'm
just trying to talk over the motherfucking siren.
Or why don't we just mute ourselves and sit here and then cut it out of the podcast?
Yeah, mute us.
Mute us, please. $50 minutes in, we'll cut.
Okay, we're back. That vow of silence was brought to you by Fabletics. Fabletics creates clothing that's made to inspire physical activity in any type of setting. Moreover, Fabletics always aims to create fashionable, on-trend workout clothing at an exceptional price point. Their mantra is live your passion every day. Go online to Fabletics, take a quick 60-second style pop quiz for personalized outfit recommendations. Shop from thousands of styles, curated just for you. You can check out as a guest or become a VIP, but there's tons of perks if you want to become a VIP member. You can get up to 50% off regular prices, free shipping, and additional perks. Right now, you can get 2 leggings for only $24. It's an almost $100 value, but if you use a VIP and use our special link, you can get 2 leggings for only $24. So that's fabletics.com/toast. And the code is TOAST if you want to get 2 leggings for only $24, a $99 value. I love wearing workout clothing, even though you know I don't work out. I just think it's really comfortable and it makes people think I like live this like really fancy, like elevated life. When we all know that I don't. And Fabletics is your one-stop shop for affordable athletic wear. They have yoga, running, gym wear, sports bras, shoes, accessories, and more. Margot is obsessed with her sports bra, and as a big-titted woman, I can attest to the fact that they work.
As a big titted woman, I love their sports bras. I have one in my purse because I'm going to put it on later today.
Get 2 leggings for $24, which is almost half the price of a Lululemon sports bra. Get an entire outfit for half the price of most traditional retailers. So the link that we have for you guys is fabletics.com/toast. The code is toast. Make sure to go to fabletics.com and use the code toast to get 2 pairs of leggings for just $24 and $100 value that we are getting for you for a mere $24. That's like 3 coffees.
Sign on. Look snatched while you get snatched.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. Okay.
We have so much to recap.
I have a text from the Snatchler telling me that the restaurant was Craig's.
Oh.
So you know what, Haley? I'm going to give this one to Haley.
I take it back. Yeah, every celebrity
I was going to say like Nobu or Craig's.
Yeah, every celebrity in the world.
Or like Sir.
If you go to Craig's like at any time of day, there's a huge celebrity there.
It really is possible that the two of them just decided to go to Craig's on a Saturday night.
It's neutral ground.
Yeah, it is.
I can't believe that hasn't happened before.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Stitch, thank you for the update.
Thank you, the Snatchler.
Let's talk about Cheer.
Let's.
Which is a series like I just watched on Netflix. I opened my computer while waiting for my flight to Kansas City, and it was just there, and I clicked it. I didn't know it was going to become like a worldwide phenomenon, and I'm so glad I got in on it early. That never happens for me. Like I always hear about things later,
yeah,
and then like reluctantly watch them. But my God, was the show made for us or what?
Made for us. Like we are a couple of girls who just respect the hell out of cheerleaders, and growing up, like I think we wish we just like weren't so round and rotund because like we would have been cheerleaders, and
we tried to start a cheerleading squad at our school.
Like, but we had to wear skirts like below our knees, and I'm sorry, but that's just not going to happen.
No, it's like in order to be a good cheerleader, like you have to dress provocatively.
Yeah, you can't have a dress code and be a good cheerleader.
No, we looked like the cheerleaders in Greece.
No, we looked like in the 50s, like when they showed those old clips.
Yes.
Yeah, that was us.
What it made me realize was that I think Bring It On did an amazing job of capturing Daytona.
Oh, 100%. I think it made me realize so many things, and it really is a shame for these cheerleaders that cheer as an industry isn't respected enough to have some sort of competitive sport
league
after college.
Yeah, it was really interesting how like the benchmark and like the peak that you can get even as a best cheerleader, Gabby Butler, is collegiate. And that's why they go to junior college like Navarro for 2 years and then regular college, because then that's 6 years. Like they're just like putting so much time and energy into like perfecting their bodies and learning these routines, all to just like get a job in marketing afterwards.
Right. That is just I can't accept that. And I was trying to think of good jobs for cheerleaders, and I do think that some of them, maybe not Navarro, cheer girls and guys because they're so talented, but a lot of them, like, why not do NFL, NBA cheerleading? Yeah. Even though that's more dancing. It is. But also, you know, the Bring It On series is still in effect. I just watched Cheer Smack, and like, why isn't Gabby Butler in the movie? And by the way, the movie is about cheer celebrities, and I thought they were making that up, sort of. I didn't realize that there really was this whole cheer industry world. And the movie is about Gabby Butler, like a girl who's just like lost her edge. Yeah. But by the way, I have so many favorite characters, and really everyone is a favorite, and they show their journey.
Not everyone's a favorite. Lexi.
I didn't mind Lexi.
Oh, I didn't like her
She's
at all.
so talented. They show everyone's journey enough for you to come to love them, and I think Jerry is just the best example of a human being.
I agree.
That I've ever seen in my life.
I just kept being so impressed with him, like, from a personality standpoint. Like, when he didn't make Matt, he didn't get upset. He stood, like, that's the type of person, like, your teacher tells you to be, but, like, you never are. Like, you pretend, but, like, you really are low-key mad that you're not on Matt. But he was genuinely so happy for everyone that was on Matt. By the way, when they were showing how, like, you're supposed to, like, talk to each other during the routine and how Jerry is so funny, like, his voice is so nasally.
Yeah.
And he didn't stop doing that even when he didn't make Matt. And I'm so glad that he obviously did make Matt, because I just support him so much. But I felt so bad for him because he's not a tumbler and he's not a stunter. Like, he's just a center, whatever. Yeah. I just felt like he is definitely the type of person like we should all try and be in 2020. Like, so supportive, so nice, so funny. And I love that he ended up going to college at the University of Louisville and got there based on his grades.
But according to Instagram, he's back at Navarro. Like,
what?
Yeah.
No.
So yes.
I just saw he's playing on the Wildcats.
No, Snitch and I were doing deep dives, and we were FaceTiming last night because I wish, like, the whole time during the movie, I was just like, what are these people going to do after? I was really curious, but I didn't want to spoil it for myself. And Jerry's back at Navarro. So is Morgan, who, by the way,
because Morgan was a first-year student.
No, she wasn't. She was 2 years.
So how can you go back?
I guess she maybe had like more credits that she could do.
Oh yeah, it says 2 days ago, Jerry Harris back and better than ever at Navarro.
Yeah, a lot of them are back at Navarro, and that part is making me sad, especially because they worked so hard and they got what they worked hard for. Like, spoiler alert, but also if you haven't seen it, why are you listening? But They won Daytona.
Yeah,
but also, like, I don't think that they should go back to Navarro and do it all again. Like, their bodies are breaking.
Yeah.
Like, it's not meant to be done for more than 2 years.
Okay, wait, I just want to talk more about some of the characters. I want to talk about Gabby Butler.
I want to talk about Gabby Butler
her
because I felt so terribly for her. I really, really liked her. I thought she was a really sweet and, like, strong, stoic person.
For such a young person.
For such a young person. Her parents put so much fucking pressure on her. They're literally, like, parents out of a movie.
Yes.
It was so crazy. When they were fighting on the couch in the beginning, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. And then And then when they were, like, dealing with the laundry and everything and micromanaging her and, like, making her do these shoots until 3 a.m. in the morning and then wondering why she can't fly the next day. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with Gabby Butler as a cheerleader other than the fact that she's fucking tired.
She's
and maybe
overworked.
if she slept one night, like, she's an incredible cheerleader.
Yeah, and the scene where Navarro's over and they're, like, figuring out what to do, and he's, like, calling all these gyms trying to, like, set up a pyramid scheme. Like, everyone has to pay $100. You have to raise, like, it was just so sad because, like, you thought, like, she reached this goal and, like, she could finally take a break for a minute. No, they're sending her on a tour.
No, and I'm so glad that this series has come out because now they're all getting a lot of Instagram followers and that'll help them, you know, that really becomes a job for a lot of people. Like, she's probably at almost 800K now, which is great. She can sell the bikinis and whatnot, but I felt like she was the only
bikinis. It was just like everyone, not even her parents, like everyone in her family just like relying on her.
off of her.
Yeah, and it's like her complaining that Gabby doesn't post enough in the bikinis. Like, leave her alone. She's busy traveling around the world, being the face of Rebel Athletics.
No, and like going to cheer for other teams at the highest level, then going to like flying everywhere, doing the fucking most.
Learning routines in 2 days. And then the mom, when someone was like, oh, who's your daughter? And the mom was like, oh, that one. She's like, Gabby Butler. And the mom was like, yeah. She's like, but she's a normal girl. She has a normal life. She's so normal. It's like, yes, she is. You're making her into a monster. Like, the mom was so out of control.
The mom was so out of control. And Gabby was the one who I felt like everyone else was really like having the best time of their life being at Navarro, and Gabby was just like still like, it was almost like this is the worst time of her life.
She was just trucking through it. Like, it wasn't a moment where she could stop and stand in the ocean and like look around at how much she accomplished.
No,
like,
she was probably
she had to go fly for another team. She was on the plane already.
Yeah, I feel really badly for her, and her parents like need to calm down. And I think she took so much, and yeah, she like basically never answered her parents and didn't respond when they said I love you, but she also didn't lash out at them, and I respect that.
Totally. I didn't think she was being a bad kid at all. Like, I thought she was really handling herself well. Like, I don't know how she must just tune out her mom. Her mom is so annoying.
I can't, and like, I just think there aren't a lot of things to do. I understand her dad like trying to make fetch happen.
And like make the most of the moment because it's fleeting. Like, cheerleading is a young person's sport. Like, I get that. But my God.
But I think there's just other things that they could do. Yeah. I don't know. Call me crazy.
No, I agree. So I just really liked her, and I liked how much she like was friends with Jerry. Like, I just loved the friendships. Morgan was a PJOM, and her backstory was literally devastating.
Heartbreaking.
Like, leaving them in the trailer. And then you find out a few episodes later that the brother left the trailer too to go look for the dad.
Yeah, and she was completely living alone like as a high schooler.
Yeah.
And then you also find out that the dad is still in their lives, and they just like all look back on it. And
with this blurry confusion.
Yeah.
Even the grandparents, like, who are so precious.
So precious. I was so happy for Morgan. Like, she worked so hard. Like, hard work pays off.
Yeah.
And then she became the top girl.
Right. In the beginning, I was feeling, like, a little annoyed with Monica because what she had said was that, like, is Morgan the best cheerleader? No, but she has the look. So it's like she's getting to this prestigious spot just because she's, like, cute and pretty and has the physique that Monica thinks. But then towards the end, I really felt like she earned her spot on the team, and it wasn't just because she was, like, super cute.
Yeah. She had the look and potential. I don't think Monica just takes anyone who's cute.
No. Then Jerry's backstory, like, I literally was sobbing.
Like, I was
we
sobbing.
were in Kansas City, and I was just like on my laptop in the green room, like hysterically crying because I just couldn't get the vibe, like where they were going. Like, what happened to the mom? Did she disappear? Like,
yeah.
Because they were making it. His cheer mom, the one who lives in that huge house in Illinois, was like, his mom was a class all her own. And I don't know if she meant that as a negative thing or a positive thing. Is that a positive thing you said?
Yes.
So I didn't know if they were going to say, like, she abandoned Jerry or, like, she was amazing and she's an angel. And, like, every time they brought up his mom, like, Jerry,
oh my God, I can't even talk about it right now because I'm literally going to cry.
Like, so upset. Like, and he never once broke down. Like, how?
I don't know. Like, he is a better human than all of us. And he needs to become, bless you, a cheer coach. Like, that is his destiny.
So I've been following him on Instagram, and in his bio it says he's an NCAA like spirit leader or something. And I see him now with like taking pictures of all these like younger squads.
When at Daytona they had a girl, an NCAA cheerleader, who was like cheering with the trophy before it was announced. Like that needs to be Jerry.
Yeah. He's just so amazing. And like
when they were showing like his journey through cheerleading and how like he been cheering from a young age and like the clubs that he would cheer in, like everybody loved Jerry, and they were showing like all these pictures and he was just like the cutest person ever. It was I was literally hysterically crying, but I also like got my period yesterday, so maybe I was just like extra, like I don't know if I would have cried otherwise, but like I fucking love him.
Yeah. And I thought it was really interesting also like the socioeconomic backgrounds of a lot of the people and how you realize like half these kids came from like traditional cheer, which is expensive. Like you have to be of a certain background to like pay for cheer every weekend, those clubs and the All-Star. It's expensive, like, and to get there the traditional way is like you have to be well off. And then most of them really came from like bad backgrounds and just made their way there and were scrappy. And that's why Ladarius was getting so angry with that girl who like she wasn't doing anything wrong, but he was just like, bitch, like you've had everything handed to you, like you just got cheer, like your parents paid your way, and like just land the plane, like land the basket or whatever. And he was wrong in that, and he was like, I couldn't decide how I felt about Ladarius.
I was really getting pissed off at certain points, especially when he was throwing girls in the air and then like walking away. And that girl is already like a scared cheerleader,
right? And who's only there because Sharps got injured.
And also I understand being a scared cheerleader, flying through the air, and you just watched a girl fall and break her arm.
Totally.
I completely understand.
Oh my god, when that girl broke her arm.
Where was everyone?
By the way, Monica was so hellbent the whole season on like figuring out who was wrong in what situation because blame needs to be placed. They never figured out who was wrong where she literally fell into her basket and there was no basket there.
No, everyone just left
and
the
she said,
building.
she was like, I literally was just doing the motions and I saw that there was nobody there and I just
oh my god,
out.
that was so crazy. So I understood why the girl Allie or Alex or whatever her name was scared. And also Ladarius, like when you watch him in practice, he wasn't always, he's just like pretty flippant.
It was both of their
so
faults.
like you're already scared and someone is catching you who doesn't even really care to catch you. Yeah, he's just like tossing you.
They were both wrong because the stunt wasn't landing for a reason, and it wasn't just Allie. Like it was both of them, and he was really getting me annoyed, and I was like starting not to like him. And then the whole thing with the Bad Girls Club was like making me love him, and like how much they love the Bad Girls Club and how much like it defined their friendship was so funny. And then also hearing about his background and like everyone in his family, like when he said he was bullied, it was like bullied by people in his family for being fruity. Like it was just, that was really heartbreaking. And then he was molested by one of the people in the daycare center. Like I totally got why he was acting out. Like and it's such like a silly excuse. Like he's acting out because he's angry. Like,
but he's still just a kid, you know? Right. It's not like, you know, on Real Housewives when people blame their past. Like they're only
18 or whatever.
Yeah, or 20 years old. And he's also an incredible cheerleader. Like, oh my God, when they were showing him the first time we saw him,
Jackie,
when he was on the sidelines.
Yes.
And oh my God, he is like an amazing cheerleader because he has so much cheer in him, but the stunting, the tumbling, insanity.
Also Lexi, I didn't like her like really at all the entire time. I thought she was like when it was just like, and I know you can't compare people's backgrounds, but like from hearing what a lot of the people had been through, and then Lexi kind of just coming in and saying like her parents' divorce like made her spiral and like she went through a bad phase. Like I just didn't really feel bad for her, and I know that's bad because everyone's journey is their own, but it's like just comparing it to Morgan, who was left in a trailer, Ladarius, who tried to commit suicide. Like I couldn't feel for Lexi. I just thought she was kind of like bratty, and then she was like really not getting into the spirit with anyone. Like she was just not.
The whole time I was like, who's Shannon with the group chat?
Yeah, with the group chat. And it was like there was a reason you weren't invited. Like she just was like kind of thought she was like better than everyone. And talent-wise, she was amazing, and it was never a question whether or not she was going to be on Matt. But there's more to being a part of the team than just being a good cheerleader. Like you have to be a good team member.
But by the end, she came together with everyone.
Well, and then she didn't because she got kicked off the team.
Right.
And she was making bad decisions at a rave with her enormous vape.
Yeah. Well, she was vaping the whole season. Yes. And I think that's important to know. Like, apparently you can be an incredible tumbling athlete and vape this huge fucking vape machine.
It was literally
the
like
size
an
of a computer.
Tank. Like, it was just so weird. And it was an important detail that they kept, like, just making sure we saw.
Yeah.
And then she's like at a rave while everyone's having their lives together, like Jerry getting a full scholarship to the University of Louisville, which I knew had a really prestigious cheerleading program because in Glee, Santana went, and it was like a really big deal.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
But apparently he doesn't go.
Well, I need to like double check that because I'm like really upset if that's true.
I know.
Because he got a scholarship. Like, why wouldn't he go?
I don't know.
And I've been looking at all of their Instagrams. Like they started like, and I keep checking in like 30K now that 80. Like, Gabby obviously started with 500. But Morgan is at like 100. Like I just hope
Morgan's at like 200 now.
Oh, good. I hope they all just become influencers.
Yeah. And have you followed any of them yet?
Just Jeremiah Harris.
I haven't followed any of them, but I literally check them all the time now.
I know.
So I should just follow. I've been following Gabby and Morgan. I should just follow the whole crew.
Yeah,
Love them all.
they picked really good kids, and I thought it was cool how Monica was involved, and she was like, "You should Mike Ladarius because you've never seen anyone like him." And then Monica, who's just the hero amongst heroes, and I love how she was like, "Yeah, it's a very conservative town, but like if anyone comes for my boys, like I even talked to my pastor about it. I don't understand it." I just loved how she really like was an LGBTQ queen.
Totally.
And she just seems like. It was like a kind of cliche how it's like, this ragtag group of kids and like Monica believes in them. But it really is like a ragtag group of kids and Monica really does believe in them.
Yeah, she works them so hard,
Oh
though.
my God, 42 full outs? Like I couldn't.
Oh my God, but it all paid off.
Yeah, because they won. Oh, but then wait. Okay, I have a thought and I saw someone tweeted this at me and I actually thought the same thing too. Like, were there, and I don't want to diminish their accomplishments, but were there only 2 teams in their division? Because they were automatically in the top 2, which they would have made a big deal. Like they just said, like they were just there with Trinity Valley.
No, but like, I don't know. It's like in Bring It On, there were so many teams, but on the mat at the end, like there was only 3.
Well, yeah, of course, but.
And they only talked about, they're not going to show.
They also talked about Trinity Valley. Trinity Valley was the only one on the mat with them. So worst case scenario, they could have come in second. Like
No, there was definitely
like, okay,
more.
but I just need to know that for sure because if they went to all this just to not come in second, like.
No, I think there's totally more, but the top 2 stand on the mat and they get announced.
But I just feel like they would have included them becoming top 2.
No, because the whole time it was them, they never were worried about coming in third. But maybe because there was only 2 teams. Stop,
Right.
no.
When,
there's more, no. It's a whole thing, it's
when
Daytona.
they cut to Trinity Valley, I thought we were going to now like get to know these kids, and I really wasn't in the mood.
No, I was not interested.
It's like, I'm sure they're nice and they work just as hard.
but
they have just as interesting in the background.
It took me 2 episodes to get here.
Yeah,
We're moving forward.
But I do hope that this becomes like a series where maybe at Navarro every year with like different kids or like different schools. I just thought like the cheer world was so interesting.
I want to follow Gabby, Morgan, Jerry.
Oh, do you? You want to leave Navarro if they're out of Navarro?
I don't know. It depends where they go.
Right. Well, that was the thing. Like Navarro being such a great program, only being a 2-year school, like kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
and also, how come like Harvard doesn't recruit Monica and just have the best cheer team in the country?
Because like no one cares.
No, right. That's what it boils down to.
No one fucking cares. Like you don't get boosters. It's not on ESPN anymore. That was crazy. That whole varsity cheer.
Oh
thing.
my God, so crazy.
They were giving me Scientology vibes.
They need a Patreon.
Wait. Oh, also the best person is Miss Patty.
Oh yeah.
When she's talking about how great Monica is, and then she's like, and I don't know if you were filming, but that's how I feel. I was dying. She was so cute, and like it was just really giving me like a Friday Night Lights like hometown. Like I just loved it.
Yeah, Monica's Coach Taylor.
Yeah, and like was so and then when they were all tapping the thing out of the locker room, like that's what they used to do. Clear eyes, full hearts. Like it was such a good series. Like literally a series nobody asked for, but we needed so badly.
We needed so desperately, and the Cheerleaders of America needed it because they are some of the most talented athletes in the country, and they don't get the respect that they deserve, and they don't get multi-million-dollar contracts, just to ride the bench. So
right, with Nike.
Right.
We need Gabby.
No, but also like with the NFL.
We need Gabby Barrett to be like the face of women's Nike or something.
Yeah, Gabby Barrett.
Gabby Butler.
Oh my God, totally. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Like beyond rebel athletics.
I hope like of all this, like that's what comes. Like she could be the next like Jen Selter, like thirsty Instagram girl.
100%.
That's what I want for her.
Yeah, I really want the best for her. I really do.
I was so upset when it was over 6 episodes. Are you kidding me?
No, it was the perfect amount.
No, not enough.
No, because if we had to stretch longer the time that we're waiting for Daytona, like you wouldn't have enjoyed just seeing them fall more and more. Like Daytona didn't come soon enough.
Yeah. At some point, it was just like, all right, learn the routine.
Do they win or do they lose? Right.
Yeah. The routine was brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how a routine comes together because there are so many elements like tumbling, baskets, and they do it all in parts. And then when they do it together for the first time, it's like literally putting like 600 puzzle pieces together.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
While you're out of breath.
Right. Oh my God. And it's only 2 minutes and 15 seconds and they literally can't breathe afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like, I could never be a cheerleader. I can't breathe like after a flight of stairs.
Yeah. No, it was crazy stuff. And I'm really grateful to Netflix and
Me too.
to the Navarro Cheer Squad. It was the series that nobody asked for, but that we all desperately needed.
Desperately. And like, I just have so much respect for the NCA.
And I hope that this actually makes the Daytona go back to ESPN now that there will definitely be more interest.
Oh, I'm watching.
I want to watch.
Yeah. And now I have to follow Jerry on Instagram just to find out like when NCA is because like, who knows?
I think it's in April. I went back to Gabby's Instagram.
I couldn't believe that Varsity Cheer didn't let them film.
Yeah.
It's like we came all this way just to like watch it on an iPhone.
But they did a really good job of making their own behind the scenes.
Yeah, they had like
vlog.
someone in the corner, someone in the front.
Yeah.
But it's like they couldn't even get the footage from
No,
their
they
own
probably would have had to
performance.
pay for it.
They should have. Netflix, big budget.
No, but I'm sure Varsity was going to charge Netflix big budget.
I just hope that like all these kids who were in the documentary like made some money from it.
Oh, I don't think so, but I think the opportunities will come now.
Right. Yeah. And maybe if there's a second season, maybe they'll like renegotiate, get a talent agent.
I don't know if I want a second season because the last half of the last episode, when it was post Daytona, I found to be the most boring.
Me too.
And it took me like double the amount of time to go through it because I was just checking their Instagrams.
Except the
whole
part
time.
about Lexi. Like
Yeah.
hers was
No,
interesting.
but that was disappointing,
What
like-
kind of substances did you? I need to know. Like, was it heroin or was it weed?
It wasn't weed.
No, it was
but
more like
it probably wasn't heroin.
probably like cocaine.
Probably, but who knows? We're just making it up.
Maybe a little jingle jangle.
Hi, cutie patootie.
Theo hasn't been here today. You probably didn't know because he was being such a good motherfucking boy. Because that's my son, okay? That's my man. And
That's
I
my
fucking love
nephew.
you.
Don't come for him.
Come here. Come here. Sam.
Anyways, that's our show for you today. I wonder if there was anything else that we wanted to talk about. Oh, I did want to talk about Shark Tank. Very strange episode.
Oh, and I loved. Wait, by the way, in their pre-show chant, they said "Shark bait, hoo ha ha."
Yeah.
That's from.
but that was also part of their music
yes.
in the
And
cheer.
It was like I hear the beginning of the cheer song in my head, like
Go Dogs?
Yeah. Who's it was like literally like a rave.
Yeah.
Lexi must have been having such a great time.
Anyways, that's all we have
Wait,
for
you said you
you
wanted
today.
to-
I want to talk about Shark Tank because, like, right off the bat, they came in with a kid, and of course, she got a deal. Damon and Lori coming
Was
together
it a good
for a
idea?
sock company. Yet he can't go in on any other socks because of Bombas. But
Yeah.
apparently, was it a good idea? It's a sock that has a little slit so you can put your phone in it.
What? My phone is as big as my foot.
No, but like the socks go up to your calf,
up to-
and then
oh.
you just like slide your.
But
phone.
who needs a phone sock?
Claudia? I
That
can't.
is. Wait, by the way, so you have to not be wearing pants with pockets, a jacket, a purse.
And they did an update on the Squatty Potty.
Oh,
and
the best invention ever.
they've sold over 4 million Squatty Potties. The woman who started it is now like retiring. She sold half the company for 8 figures. And so
Ooh.
now she just bought she made like a huge retirement house, blah, blah, blah. And she's an older woman. And at first Zach was like to me, he's like, look, they're not ageist. Look how successful she is. I was like, no, when she told her story, Lori's like, all the sharks were just like laughing at her when they first saw it, but Lori took it seriously. And why were they laughing? Because they're ageist.
A squatty potty is literally the most amazing invention ever. Like, I am responsible for one of those 4 million sales, and it has changed my digestive system. Like, I can't recommend it enough. And I went to a party like a while ago, and I went into the bathroom. It was at someone's apartment, and they had a squatty potty. And it's like, put your squatty potty away when you have guests.
100%.
I'm calling him out. Okay,
100%.
It was really like, it's not nice. Come on, like,
Oh, wow, this show has been going on for a really long time. I didn't realize it's 11:45.
oh my god,
We must go, you guys. We
Time
have a
flies.
call.
Oh yeah, we do. We have work to do. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday.
Oh my God, the NC arms were very business.
What's NC?
When they would go to math, they'd be like Navarro College.
Oh.
NC.
Oh.
Oh my God, Sadie.
The Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment. Thank you so much. We're also available as a podcast, which you know if you're listening to us as a podcast, and we're available anywhere, pretty much anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. So make sure to subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. We will see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.